What if Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather fought in their prime? Legends, pride, and the GOAT debate collide, and the boxing world can't stop arguing.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, no.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is...
Floyd Mayweather once asked for a future fight, and Terence Crawford was asked about the comparison. Crawford said Mayweather was the best of his time, while he is the best of his own. He explained that they should not be compared because they made their marks in different eras, and each man's achievements are unique.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
John Porter also spoke about the constant Mayweather versus Crawford talk. Many wonder who would win if they fought. Porter admitted he didn't know the answer, but praised Crawford as someone who always figures things out, calling him a chess master with a high fight IQ. He said Crawford is the only other boxer spoken about in that way. Still, Porter added that in boxing there's always an original great you can't beat. And for him, Floyd Mayweather is the greatest ever.
I had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master. Yeah, his IQ in that
The funny thing about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah,
There's an OG somewhere. Somebody gotta pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta. There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure.
When asked who would win if both men were at their best, Terence Crawford confidently said he would. He admitted Floyd was one of his favorite fighters, but he still trusted his own skills more than anyone else's.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, no.
Tim Bradley also shared his thoughts on Crawford versus Mayweather. He admitted Floyd is one of the all-time greats, but he believes Crawford would beat him. Bradley said Crawford has all the tools to trouble Floyd. He pointed out that Mayweather struggled early against Zab Judah, a skilled fighter but not on Crawford's level. Bradley explained Floyd was never fully comfortable against southpaws, and often reached with his right hand. Against Crawford, a sharp back foot counterpuncher. That mistake would get him caught and possibly knocked out.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand. The way he reaches with...
Shane Mosley also joined the debate, saying Crawford is the better fighter. He explained that Crawford is bigger, fought in more weight classes, and is more well-rounded overall. Mosley admitted Mayweather was great, but he felt Crawford's reach and size would make things harder for Floyd. He added that while Mayweather's record speaks for itself, in a head-to-head fight, Crawford's strength and versatility would give him the win.
Who think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is it.
Jeff Mayweather reflected on Floyd's fight with Canelo Alvarez. He reminded people that the fight was scored a majority decision only because one judge, C.J. Ross, gave it to Canelo. The other judges gave it to Floyd. Jeff pointed out that Floyd was 36 years old and still considered at his peak, while Canelo was only 23. Even though Floyd clearly won, Canelo still managed to trouble him, showing how dangerous and skilled the young Mexican already was.
So if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game.
Redmond Edwards said a fight between Mayweather and Crawford would have been very close because they each had different strengths. But he also said fans shouldn't compare them and should let Crawford enjoy his own time. As a great fighter, he regretted that the fight never happened, but they came from different eras. Floyd was with PBC, and Crawford was about 10 years younger. He added that many famous fighters like Floyd and Roy Jones Jr. often took shots at each other in public. Edwards said this sets a bad example for younger fighters who look up.
No, it's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to. I got my opinion on, how the fights would go, and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. Unfortunately, they didn't fight. They could have made, they kind of two different eras though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live.
Compared history to today and argued that Crawford's recent win proves he is a greater fighter than Floyd Mayweather. He said Floyd would never have dared to do what Crawford did. He compared it to Sugar Ray Leonard returning from a long break to beat Marvin Hagler at middleweight. Crawford, who had barely fought at super welterweight, moved up to 168 pounds to face one of the best middleweights and super middleweights ever, an undisputed champion and one of the all-time greats. He stressed that this kind of risk-taking had never been seen before and was something.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford never been on middleweight. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather would.
Oscar De La Hoya also praised Crawford's win over Canelo. He said Crawford fought beautifully and made Canelo look helpless, controlling the ring with smooth movement while keeping Canelo stuck on the ground. He reminded fans that Crawford had moved up 3 weight classes to do this. De La Hoya dismissed age as an excuse, pointing out that Crawford is actually older than Canelo. He also said the only other top fighters Canelo faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford, and all three exposed his limits, proving just how masterful Crawford really
It makes me horny.
Yeah, baby.
To tell you, I told you so.
I told you.
I predicted the Canelo Crawford fight like a goddamn fortune teller.
You're the Oracle?
Canelo's feet were cemented on the canvas as he was hitting air. The fuck was that? Props to Crawford.
Thank you.
He came up 3 weight classes and fought a beautiful fight.
Good job.
What a great performance.
Did you get what you was looking for?
Like taking candy from a baby.
My candy.
He just played with Canelo, made him look silly. And before you start with your about Canelo being old, just know that Crawford is older.
I'm too old.
That's not an excuse here. Look, I promoted Canelo's entire career.
Put some respect on it.
And it was a huge flop.
How do you like them apples?
The only real fighters he's faced were Mayweather, Bivol, and Crawford. And they all toyed